The Nation of Islam was a religious sect that began in Detroit in the 1930s and reached a membership of nearly 800,000 believers by the 1960s. The day after defeating Sonny Liston, Cassius Clay converted to this new faith and took a name he had a hard time making the white media take seriously.
Cassius Clay was my slave name. I'm no longer a slave.
What does it mean?
Muhammad means worthy of all praises, and Ali means most high.
Malcolm X, spellbinding orator and intellectual of the black movement, became Ali's advisor.
It was Malcolm X who converted him. It was not Elijah Muhammad. I think, you know, Elijah Muhammad was a charlatan to a certain degree. But Malcolm X was a very bright man, a very charismatic man, a very powerful speaker. I used to sit with Malcolm X in the Teresa Hotel up in Harlem, and he would charm you. I mean, he could charm anyone. And there was a lot of Ali in Malcolm X, or vice versa. So that was a very good marriage.
It gives me great pleasure and an honor and a privilege at this time to introduce to you and present to you the messenger of Allah, your and my beloved leader and teacher, the most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad.
The enemy wanted him to come out all blasted. They had said that he would, Liston would tear up that pretty face of yours. But Allah and myself said no, no.
I went to the Muslim mosque in 1960 when I first went to Miami training for professional fighting. I went to a Muslim meeting. And as soon as I heard it, I knew this is what I've been looking for all of my life. When the man proved to me that I was not a Negro, that Cassius Clay was not my name, and I didn't know my language or my culture, my religion. And when he showed me I didn't completely know myself, then I had to sit and listen.
And there's no question that Malcolm X was his primary mentor. Ali was absolutely convinced that what Malcolm X used to tell him about how things really worked was true. And I also think that by this time, black America felt in a large sense that Ali was fighting for us, especially for those who had no voice or had no forum. And again, juxtaposed alongside that was the fact that we knew he had a lot to lose.
Doing for self is the solution. Clean up our own neighborhoods, respecting and protecting our own women, getting some land and building a future for ourselves like other people. This is our solution.
Malcolm X's increasingly radical viewpoint created a rift in the Nation of Islam, even while it struck a responsive chord in the long-suffering black neighborhoods of America's major cities. Ali decided to side with Elijah Muhammad after statements Malcolm made were misrepresented in the media.
He did a few unwise things. A plane crashed in Europe somewhere with 130 whites on it from Atlanta. And he praised the death of these people dying such a tragic death. And Elijah Muhammad had to dismiss him for 3 months because he spoke for himself, not for the movement. And when Kennedy died, he also jumped up and praised Kennedy's death. The first white man that I've seen who really wanted to do something, tried to do right, couldn't seem to be right with me. And many people were grieving at the time Kennedy died, mainly Negroes. They cried more than white people. And this was an unwise thing for a man representing some 700,000 followers to stand up and praise a man like Kennedy's death.
When Malcolm X himself was killed in 1965, the tragic event even affected the fight game. Ali's rematch with Liston was rescheduled for security reasons in a remote location in Maine.
There were rumors that followers of Malcolm were going up to Lewiston, Maine to assassinate Ali. There were rumors that the fight wouldn't take place. There were rumors that Sonny Liston was afraid of being killed by a stray bullet in the ring. Nobody really knew what was happening, other than it was a very ugly time and a very difficult time.
Keep an eye on Clay's lightning-fast right hand.
Some observers thought Ali's first win over Liston had been a fluke, but he proved them wrong in 1 minute and 42 seconds of the first round. Ali's so-called phantom right effectively ended Liston's career and cemented his own standing as a champion of mature skills and still boyish enthusiasm.
It was a surprising punch. Yes, it was.
Well, what I had planned, he fell just about a half a minute quicker than I thought he would. And I wanted him to come up. I tried to tell him to get up, but he didn't. But he was really hurt. I'm asking you in a nice way. The world is watching, and I want to have I want you to respect it, and I would like for you to call me by my name now. Muhammad Ali.